Testing. Oh, I think I'm on.
Did yours get really loud?
No, it's good.
Yeah, I think that came through if we're doing an audio test. Can you hear me as well?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I think so.
Come on. Start in.
And welcome to semifinal Saturday here for the OSBA playoffs. We're coming out from the heart of downtown Toronto on the Ryerson campus and Mattamy Center. I'm Steve Bauer, joined by national team member and WNBA veteran Kayla Alexander. Kayla, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here and taking some Canadian basketball. Looking forward to cheering on these young ladies who are apparently incredibly talented and seeing what they can do on the court.
It's been a great weekend. We have both the women's OSBA happening and the men's OSBA playoffs happening in the same gym, as well as the U Sport playoffs happening up in the Maple Leaf or the old Maple Leaf Gardens. So a lot of basketball, big weekend going on. Great to have Kayla back in town and ready for the #1 seed now to get things started. Undefeated Crestwood taking on #4 Kings Collegiate in the first semifinal. And a bit of a surprise there in the opening tip, as I think Crestwood and Lattimore was not quite ready. Kings wins, but unable to convert. Both teams now settled into a bit of a rhythm. Day Wilson gets Crestwood set. Demaco gets a clean look for Crestwood. First possession down. That won't go. Stupar's going to corral the rebound. And Kings coming back in transition.
So far, both teams are getting great looks, just unable to finish.
Stupar getting an advantage for Neal. She finds Oriami. She gets a good look from three as well. That won't go. Day Wilson back the other way in transition, and she'll draw tonight's first foul. Day Wilson in transition, getting to the hoop, and she'll go to the line for two. First foul being called on Alexa Stewart will be her first. Opening jump went happened I think a little bit before Lattimore was ready. Had a bit of an interesting start. Kings had the ball and did the first shot attempt before I think Crestwood was aware the jump had happened, but both teams now clearly settled, and I think the free throws are a great chance to get everyone regrouped and on the same page. Both rim out for Day Wilson, but Lattimore there on the follow. Gets the offensive rebound and put back for an easy two. Neal takes care of the pressure in the backcourt for Kings and is going to continue all the way for her. Her shot's going to be a little bit heavy. Stupar on the follow. She's going to go a bit heavy. Demaco's going to clean that up, and here comes Crestwood again. Day Wilson will set it down, get them into some set offense again. Horns action from the top. Day Wilson will attack. Find Drummond on the weak side. Edwards goes from the elbow. She's going to get to the rim, and she's going to be called for a travel before the contact. It's an extra step in. Kings ball on the end line. Stewart now coming back for Kings. A little miscommunication there for Crestwood, and going to get the first foul on Crestwood of the afternoon. Foul was on Demaca. Will be her first non-shooting violation. Neal's going to create, finds an open look for Oriami. She lets it go from deep. That's going to rattle around, bounce, and find a way down. First three for Oriami. It's Kings on the board, and quick early 3-2. Day Wilson takes her time again, getting Crestwood set up. They're going to go back inside for Edwards, get her a touch. It's tipped, then bobbled, hits Edwards last, will end up going out of bounds. Nice play by Kings to get a hand on that before it gets to her, and lucky bounce gets them the ball back. And this is going to be Neal in the open court taking on Demaca one-on-one. Draws the second foul, and that's going to be two for Demaca. 2 minutes in this game is going to have her going to the bench quite early, and we'll see how that affects her playing time going forward. Neal again, primary ball handler so far today for Kings. She goes down the middle. She's going to draw the foul. This one appears to be on Drummond and going to get her a trip to the free throw line. So Kayla, 2 early fouls on Demico. As a player, what's often your feel with 2 quick fouls? How long do you want to sit before you lose a rhythm? Do you need some time to recoup, or how do you handle that?
Oh, okay. So for me personally, if I get 2 quick ones, I want to try and get in the second quarter and just play it out and not pick up my third. But I know mentally you have to stay prepared to play no matter what and not let it affect your aggressiveness on the court and your mentality going out there. But getting 2 quick fouls isn't always fun.
Neal's good on 1 for 2 from the line. Good reversal there. Lattimore got down low. Goes to Day Wilson. She finds one back up top. Ball on the floor. It's tipped again. Crestwood's going to still maintain. Bailey's tried to pin the corner. She works her way out, but the shot clock's going to expire. Great possession for Crestwood, but could never quite get a handle on the shot attempts, and Kings continues to swarm, forcing the 24-second violation.
That was great ball movement on Crestwood, but even better defense on Kings Christian.
Neal coming down again, running the point. Guard to guard action. And we've got a foul on Day Wilson in the ball screen action up top there, saying Day Wilson was a little too aggressive blowing that action up. It'll be her first, but something to still monitor with the foul situation in Demico, and now Day Wilson with 1. Oriami getting another look from the right wing. This one's also good. Oriami makes good on her first 2 attempts. Puts this thing to an early 7-2 lead for Kings. Stupar with a hand on the high post entry. Edwards has to come work to get Oriami pretty aggressive on the denial, and that's going to get a foul call. Oriami will pick up her first. This will bring Thorpe into the game for Kings. Most of the season has been their primary ball handler. Day Wilson goes at Thorpe, draws a second, finds Zulich on the kick out. She's 0 for 3, that won't go. Neal collects the rebound. Stewart finds some space in the wing. She's going to attack. And we've got a foul on the drive. Foul is going to be on Zulich, which will be her first. But we are in bonus now, so 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Crestwood already has 5 fouls against. Kings has earned themselves the trips to the free throw line every foul the rest of the way out. Stewart misses on the first. We'll make 1 for 2.
If I'm Kings Christian, I'm going to try and take advantage of this bonus situation with 6 minutes left in this quarter. Try and get to the basket as much as possible and draw some fouls.
Crestwood, nice job going inside. Lattimore, great pass inside to Edwards. She goes one-on-one, converts the 2 from the block.
Great strong post move.
They get Edwards involved, and Edwards back at the other end. She's going to get a hand on the dribble. Lattimore picks it up. She throws down court. Bailey's out in front. And just like that, Crestwood turns a quick 4 points, 2 at the rim with Edwards, 2 in transition. It's 8-6. Edwards again gets a hand the ball at the top. Neal's able to regather. Stewart's going to have a pull-up jumper go. That's going to be a low to the right. Lattimore cleans it up. Kings out in transition again. Day Wilson with some space. Gets in the paint, step back dribble. Day Wilson's going to get it, and we got a quick 6-0 run for Crestwood. Ties this thing back up at 8. Neal's going to get a little more control here for Kings, trying to settle us back down. Looking inside for Stupar, can't find an entry. Stewart's going to have a chance on this side. One-on-one, Stewart spin, kick out's got Thorpe at the 3. Clean look's going to be just a bit short. Lattimore again on the rebound. Day Wilson decides she wants to get a little more control in the offense this time down. Slows it down, setting up something. They're going back to the high-low action for Edwards. Lattimore with the reach. She goes to her right, and she's got 2. Crestwood on an 8-0 run, but it feels like they've had everybody contributing during this run as well, too. Stupar at the top. She's going to attack against Lattimore. That shot's challenged. There's going to be a foul. Unsure if the foul is on Edwards, who came in, or Lattimore on the shot, and it will be Edwards, who came in late, picking up her first foul. Stupar good on the first one. Ends the 8-0 run for Crestwood. Stupar a bit heavy. Lattimore up on that rebound, almost over jumped it, if that can be a thing. Ends up going off her to bounds, and Kings will maintain possession on the baseline. Sub here for Kings as Hartman will check in. Stupar will get a breather. Oriami gets the top. She goes against Edwards. She loses the handle, though. It's going to be last touched off the leg of Bailey, I believe. Kings will maintain baseline possession. Oriami on the baseline, step back, challenged by Edwards. That won't go. Lattimore's going to clean that rebound up. She's going to start the transition. Stewart tries to harass it. They get it to Day Wilson, and everything's calmer in Crestwood's world. Kings showing a trapping zone here. They get Lattimore trapped in the corner. They're going to tie her up, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Crestwood. Nine remaining on the shot clock. Looking inside for Edwards, get her a touch at the elbow. She sees Lattimore at the rim. She's going to decide to take the jumper. It's a little heavy. Neal cleans that one up for Kings. Neal thinks about it from way out. Caught him between steps, and she's going to call for the travel and the hesitation. Lotsova's coming in now for Kings, giving Stewart her first breather of the afternoon. King stays in the zone defense. Crestwood looking again inside. Lattimore working on the blocks. Day Wilson, beautiful pass. Gets on the drive, finds Edward, cutting to the basket. Easy 2 points for Edwards. Day Wilson now applying immense pressure on Thorpe, forces her to pick up deep out. Lotsova's going to drive. Nothing on the baseline, loses the handle, caught a double dribble. The run continues right now, Kayla. 10-1 run right now for Crestwood. They haven't given up anything besides that one free throw while this has been happening. Kings in zone. To get a high post touch, they're going to get it down to Edwards. She draws two. She goes cross key, but Lotsova's going to be able to intercept it. Thorpe now in transition. Changes direction. Little pull up. She gets their first bucket, and that ends the drought from the floor. Bailey's going to have a look here for Lattimore against the zone. Can't get it in there. They'll try the other side. Edwards gets the touch. That again draws two. Lattimore, great extra pass. Reed shot doesn't fall down.
I love that inside-outside action. Get the ball inside, second the defense, and create outside for an open shot.
Thorpe now probes from the top. Nothing coming for her. Crestwood smothering the defense. And Edwards with a tip, and she's going to be able to corral that herself. They're out in transition. Edwards leading the break. Hartman back. Nice little pass to Lattimore. She's going to finish with the easy left. Lattimore, the leading scorer now, with 6 for Crestwood. Lattimore pressuring Hartman now away from the ball. Hartman's going to spin out of it. She's going to try. Lattimore's going to get a block on that, but we will have a foul call. Lattimore with great pressure outside the three-point line. Hartman's going to be able to spin down there and draw some contact that will be on Lattimore on the shot attempt, which will be her first foul of the afternoon. Hartman's first free throw is good. Second one's a bit short, but Stewart's going to pick that up for Kings. They're going to get a free possession on this. Stupar and Stewart back in the game for Kings. Go at some high ball with Stupar, but unfortunately Thorpe loses the handle. Stewart's going to fire from half to keep it alive. It's going to be late on its own. Shot clock violation. Good ball reversal from Crestwood against the zone, and Day Wilson's going to find a seam. She attacks in there. She's going to get absorbed some contact, put the ball to the rim. The shot won't go, but gets a trip to the free throw line. Foul on Stupar. Her first, and Day Wilson to the free throw line for 2.
It's her first foul, third team foul. Cheyenne Day Wilson.
And Crestwood using the time or the free throws here as a chance to get some breathers. Edwards went over for the last sequence, probably got only missed probably 20 seconds at game time, but now a chance to send her back in and Lattimore get a quick breather. Day Wilson a bit heavy on the free throw. Day Wilson makes this one.
Timeout, Kings.
And we get our first timeout of the afternoon. Crestwood now, after a slow start or maybe a fast start for Kings, has turned it around. 15-12 Crestwood, first timeout. And coming back out of the break, Crestwood will have Joseph checking in with Edwards, Day Wilson, Reed, and Drummond. Kings will come out of the timeout with Hartman, Stupar, Stewart, Latsova, and Brown.
Great pressure there on Crestwood to turn the ball over. Get themselves an extra possession here.
And Neal checks in. Seeing the Crestwood pressure, Kings responds with Neal checking back in. And we've got a foul off the ball before the entry came in, not allowing Edwards to get her position. There's going to be a hold. Believe the call was on Hartman. We will try and get that confirmed. Her first foul, if that is correct. And we're going to travel on the catch. Joseph caught in the corner there. Looked like pretty innocent play, but shuffles her feet. Turnover going to be Kings basketball. Stupar in the middle versus pressure. She's going to find Brown on the front end of it. That's going to lead to a shot for Hartman. Far side. That's going to rim in and out. Won't stay down. Edwards cleans it up, and she's going to break out for Crestwood.
I've really enjoyed the way Edwards has been playing. She's been incredibly active on both the offensive and the defensive end, getting deflections on the defensive end, on the offensive end, getting rebounds, putbacks for her team.
And then Day Wilson coming back the other way is going to get herself an advantage, heading downstream, draws a foul.
Cheyenne Day Wilson, shooting 2.
Draws that contact, gets a shot. The shot won't go, so she's going to go to the line for 2 more. Day Wilson makes good on both of these. So Day Wilson missed her first 3 free throws, has now come back and made 3 in a row. And looks like she's found the rhythm. All 3 looking great. Crestwood continues to apply some front court pressure here, which has caused Kings some early challenges. Stewart, good patience, finds Brown the weak side of it, and they're able to get through this into the front court. Kings gets it back to Neal. No harm, no damage done. Great pressure here by Crestwood all around the basketball. Edwards eventually knocks this thing free from Neal when she's stuck, and she's going to go coast to coast. She gets some contact. Shot goes on the thing. That's going to bounce, and it's going to go for Edwards. Gets the steal at one end, dribbles down to 2, draws the foul, and gets the harm, gets the bucket to go.
See if she can turn this into a three-point play.
And a chance for one more. Foul was on Stewart, which is going to be her second for Kings. Edwards' three-point attempt falls a little bit short. Kings doing better with the pressure that time down. Stewart herself gets to the rim, and she gets a chance to go line. There is a foul draw. We're going to see the call here. It is on Day Wilson. So now for Crestwood, you face the challenge of Day Wilson with 2 here in the first quarter. Demaku's already on the bench with 2 in the first quarter. And the foul trouble may be a storyline for Crestwood's guard play here in the first half. Stewart makes the first, second won't go. Edwards will clean that up. She can lead the offense down the other way. Day Wilson's going to call for it to get things settled down against the zone. Looking for Drummond inside. And Joseph's going to get called for a travel on the wing. And this will be a breather for Day Wilson. I'm assuming the 2 fouls could be a factor with 1 defensive possession to go in the quarter. 19-13 here, 21 seconds to go. So last possession if they want it for Kings. Stewart used the ball screen and get herself into the paint. Finds Oriami. She's on the move. She gets a shot. It's going to be short. It'll go out of bounds. There'll be 6 seconds now for Crestwood. That's going to bring back Day Wilson and Demaku on the offensive end, as well as Lattimore. Subbing some offense and defense here at the end of the quarter for Crestwood. Finds Lattimore in the corner. She's going to let it go. It's going to come up a little short. Drummond on the rebound. Won't have enough time, and that won't count. So after 1, Crestwood leads 19-13. And we come out to start the second quarter. 19-13 Crestwood leads. High score in the quarters for Kings, Oriami with 6 early. For Crestwood, Edwards and Lattimore each with 6. And first possession back, Crestwood continues their on-ball pressure, not allowing the ball to move for Kings. Edwards knocking it back out of bounds. Crestwood has come back with their original starting 5. Demico gets a hand on that, and she's going to get a steal. Gets the ball quickly to Day Wilson, let her work in transition. Finds Demico, she thinks about it. She's going to give that one back up. Day Wilson will reset. Drummond from the high post. It's a little heavy. Lattimore with the follow, doesn't come down. That won't go. She's going to give it a go again. That's a little heavy. Edwards battling inside, and they're going to have a foul, it looks like, from the far side. Edwards crashing the glass is going to draw one more. And Neal will pick up that foul, trying to keep Edwards off the glass, which will be her first. Day Wilson's going to be open on the wing. She elects to drive. She's going to find Edwards. It's knocked away, though. Stewart into trouble. That's knocked away. Now Neal on the ground. Day Wilson's going to tie it up. Possession Crestwood. And the ball's actually going to be deep in the sideline corner as opposed in the baseline. Both teams reconfigure for a moment. Day Wilson from deep without any hesitation. Big 3 for Day Wilson. Hand was down, felt that, let it rip. Lattimore challenged that pass, it won't go. Stewart finds back to Thorpe. Thorpe to Oriami, she goes down the middle. She's going to go. Lattimore challenges, though. It won't go. Stupar in there battling, and we have another foul on the rebound. Foul looks like it's going to be on Drummond.
It's her second foul, first team foul.
Thorpe now with a clean look from the top. She lets it go. It's good. Makes a big 3-pointer, and Thorpe's been an injection of offense after coming off the bench today. Early 5 for her. First one ended a scoring drought. This one a big 3 to keep them in this. Edwards now is going to probe down the right wing looking for Drummond, but finds the skip to Demica. She's going to step out of bounds before the shot, so the 3-point bucket will not count. Demica had a heel on the sideline. It's going to be King's ball. And Caleb, as a bit of what we talked about, as you mentioned, they've gone back to Demica and Day Wilson, both with 2 fouls. I guess to keep them in the rhythm of the game is an important piece.
Yes.
Day Wilson, some pressure on Stupar. Can't get much going there. Stewart's going to attack. Lattimore won't have it. Lattimore makes it look so easy. Stewart has a bit of a step there, but Lattimore can do such a tremendous job taking away space. Knocks that out of bounds. Thorpe's going to work from the top. Gets by the first line. Edwards is going to challenge. It's going to be too heavy. Shot clock's going to expire, but Edwards has the rebound. Crestwood's out and running. Edwards again in transition finds Lattimore, who's trailing. She lays it in. Great follow there by Lattimore, staying in the play. Oriami comes back the other way. She gets downhill, and she's called for the push-off. Gets the free arm on Edwards, trying to create some space before she kicks back. Oriami will pick up her second foul. Kings has some foul situations of their own now with Oriami with 2, Stewart with 2. Corner Bailey, nice extra pass, gets it into Edwards. She feels the double, and that's going to be Demico wide open, and that's exactly the shot Crestwood wants. Inside touch, kick out to Demico, big 3. Stewart now trying to find something in the key. Can't get by Day Wilson, or pardon me, Bailey. Oriami now, she tries a second attack. She gets in there. Lattimore may have been too close, though. Forces a little bit of a rush shot. It's heavy. Demica's going to come the other direction. That's tipped out of bounds. But we're going to get a foul on the pass from Demica. A little out of control when she left her feet. And that'll be her third foul. So, Kayla, you get her back in. She got a bit of a rhythm, hit the three-pointer that didn't count, hits another one that does count, but now she got the third foul.
If I'm coach, I'm going to put her back on the bench because I want to see her for the second half.
Save her now at this point. Stewart, little in and out from the top. Can't get past Lattimore, but Lattimore disrupts, and she's actually going to travel with the disruption there. It's going to create the turnover and ball back to Crestwood. That is going to be, as predicted, a breather now for Demica as Reed will check in. This will be an important 7 minutes here now for Day Wilson. With Demica with 3 fouls, you want to ensure Day Wilson doesn't put herself in a position to pick up that third foul as well. Bailey just moves it. Reed's going to be wide open in the corner, and she replaces Demica with the same action, drilling another 3 from the corner. Makes the decision easy. Kayla, if the next one comes in, can do the same thing. Stupar from the top. She's going to go at Lattimore. The kick out to the corner gets Ariami, and enough space for her to let it go. It's short, but Stupar on the follow, and Lattimore erases that. Great offensive rebound, but no chance to get that past Lattimore. Crestwood a little ahead of themselves in transition. They're going to throw it away, and that's going to be back to Crestwood, or pardon me, King's ball, but we're going to have a timeout first. 30-16, Crestwood has stretched this out to. Is this a key time now for Kings? Do they have to keep themselves in this game now, or what's your feel for if you're Kings?
If I'm Kings, I think the main issue right now is turnovers. Every time they turn the ball over, Crestwood's going out in transition and getting easy layups. So if I'm coach, I'm telling them to take care of the ball, to move the ball, and keep looking to create open shots for their players, and then try to get on the boards.
Okay, we'll be back. So coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Kings basketball. Crestwood has pushed this to a 14-point cushion right now. 6 minutes to go in the first half. This will be a key stretch, we feel, for Kings, just to take care of the ball and keep themselves in this game. Neal's going to attack the pressure, get all the way down the base on the throw back up, but Edwards is on top of that. It can't get to the top. It's the steal. And Crestwood's going to ensure they get a good shot coming back the other way. Ball gets directly to Day Wilson. Lattimore high. She's looking down low for Edwards. It's tipped and then hits Edwards on the way out. They cannot connect, and you can see Lattimore wanted that pass back. Day Wilson knocks it out. Crestwood pressure has been a big factor in the second quarter, disrupting a lot of the Kings' offense. Oriami now in the middle. Neal's going to attack at the weak side. Lattimore's going to be there to challenge, but Neal finishes. Good finish. Maybe the first one to finish around Lattimore here in the second quarter.
It's a great take by Neal.
And a good look for Kings if you can counter the pressure. Edwards is going to work down low. She turns around over the double. It's going to be a little short, and Oriami has this one. To get the ball to Neal. Edwards and Neal at the top. Oriami's going to get by her, though. Right-hand drive. And almost on cue when they need a little offense. Neal and Oriami deliver back-to-back hoops. Bailey looking inside for Edwards. Just knocked away by Oriami. She gets it. And after the steal from Oriami, I believe we have a foul now on Edwards, who was trying to regain possession. It'll be Edwards' second foul. Day Wilson with good ball pressure here, keeps it to the outside. Stewart from the top. But then Thorpe's going to think about it. She's now attacks Day Wilson. She gets inside. It's going to be heavy, though. Bailey cleans up, and they're off and running. Day Wilson now in transition. She's got Edwards, Lattimore, Reed with her. Day Wilson's going to keep. Shot's going to be a little heavy, but she drew the foul. She's going back to the line for 2 more, and I believe we have. We'll let this play out. And we have a technical foul on the Kings bench as well. So the first foul on the drive is going to be on Neal, which will be her second. And fouls for both teams are interesting. No one's in. Demico the only one with 3, but there's a lot now sitting with 2. And we also have a technical foul now called on the Kings bench. Day Wilson will shoot the technical free throw and then shoot the 2 for the drive. The technical did not go for Day Wilson. The second one did go. She gets 1 more now. Again, 2 for the shooting, 1 for the technical, so she had 3 total attempts here. Day Wilson will make 2 of the 3. They've moved Lattimore to Oriami on the other end. Neal's going to attack on this side, though. Her layup's just a little bit short, won't go down. Reed's going to break out the other way. She finds Day Wilson. Day Wilson by the first 2 defenders. She sees scoop shot, won't fall, tipped. Crestwood ball. Day Wilson in transition. I feel like you get her a touch and she's by people before you know what's going on. Lobs into Lattimore. I don't think the Kings defense was ready. Ball was in. Lattimore's just going to lay it in the air. Beautiful little execution.
Not much you can do about that play.
A great pass, a great catch, a great finish. Oriami's going to get free on the wing. She lets it go for 3. That's a little bit short. Great block out underneath there for Day Burrell. Day Wilson again taking it on. I think she draws the contact from Oriami, it looks like. Does a beautiful job absorbing that. Gets the left-handed shot up on the rim. It doesn't fall, but we'll go back to the line for 2 more for Day Wilson. And Oriami now has her 3rd, which is a really critical foul for Kings. Day Wilson's done a tremendous job today drawing contact, getting herself to the line. This will be her 11th free throw of the half. And almost all, with the exception of the 1 technical, have been her in transition.
Great
Makes
things happen when you push that ball in transition.
So Kayla, you're Kings Christian in this scenario. You're down 15. It's the number 1 and undefeated team that you're facing. You probably can't get too much further down. Oriami has 3 fouls. Can you leave her on the bench? Do you need a player? How do you handle that situation?
Like they just did here, just taking plays, breaking down their pressure defense and trying to get easy layups to the basket, and then moving that ball and hoping that you can start making some shots. And if not, boxing out their big girls so you can get to the boards.
And Stewart, as Kayla alluded to, gets out there in transition, gets a great look. It's a little heavy, though, doesn't fall, but they maintain possession. Neal's going to spin in the lane to get herself a shot, and there's going to be a foul called on Bailey, which will send Neal to the line for 2. The first one for Neal won't stay down. Second one also does not go for Neal. Lattimore cleans that up. Crestwood's out in space again. Day Wilson finds Lattimore. She's got a clean lane to the basket, and they're going to be late trying to challenge it. Day Wilson with a great sense. Lattimore with an even better finish, drawing the foul, and that foul is going to be on Stupar.
If you're trying to get back to this game, the one thing you can't do is not get back on defense. Because Crestwood has shown us that they excel and like to push the ball in transition, so we got to get back.
Lattimore's free throw is going to be a little bit heavy. Thorpe now finding her pass is going to be deflected. Day Wilson will collect that. Now Day Wilson again in transition, but she's going to take a step back here, get them regathered. Lets a deep three go from Day Wilson. That's going to be a little heavy. Won't go down. Stupar corrals it. Was feeling the momentum there for Day Wilson, just won't go. Neal, little right to left. Drummond comes over with a great challenge, but a little too aggressive and got to the body.
That's a great take by Neal. Just got to keep attacking them because they're already in foul trouble. Just keep attacking to the rim and go strong. Draw some fouls, hopefully get yourself to the rim or get some easy buckets at the foul line.
Drummond picks up her third foul on that one. 37-20. And as Kayla has said, if Kings is probably going to get back in this thing, he needs some easy points, whether that's in transition or these ones from the line. So Neal gets them a chance to get two here.
Score with the score off the time's not running. Present with advantage.
Neal does convert both. 37-22 right now. 2.5, roughly 2:40 still to go here in the second quarter. Kings in zone. They get it high for Lattimore. She's been so great passing out. Day Burrell's shot's going to be just short. Lattimore keeps it alive, but Neal finds that in the crowd. She'll come back the other way. They've got Stewart on the wing. She goes at Edwards. Lattimore's there as well, too. I'm not sure which one got a hand on it. They were all there. I believe it was Lattimore. And what looked like a great attack, but there was nowhere to get that shot through. Kings will maintain possession, goes to the top. Looks like a screening foul has been called on Kings. Believe it was called on Lotsova. Be her first. Day Wilson with a little space there against the zone. Again, they were trying to get the ball inside, but Stewart's not going to let it go to Lattimore. She's out in transition herself. She's going to look for Lotsova. And it works its way to Neal. She attacks Day Burrell. Neal's going to get another trip to the free throw line.
I'm loving her aggressiveness right now. Getting to that basket.
And they need it. And the foul will be on Day Burrell. It'll be her first. Neal will get two more from the free throw line. Missed the first two, made the second two. Bit heavy on this one. But gets the second to go. Kings fighting to hang around this one, 37-23 right now. Kings patented zone, though, causing some problems early. Day Wilson, pardon me, gets into the heart there. Lattimore with the offensive rebound, though, and the putback. Good hard-earned basket by Lattimore on the glass. Stewart coming the other way. She's going to get a little space for the pull-up for herself, and she gets the two to go. Her first field goal of the game. Day Wilson comes right back, though. Runs into a bit of a crowd, though. I believe she's trying to pass it to Lattimore. Stewart got a hand on it, just ends up going to Thorpe. Kings comes back the other direction. Couldn't find an advantage. Finds Stewart now. There was a trailer. She gets another clean look. That just won't go. Day Wilson's going to slow this thing back down for a sec, not allowing Kings to get momentum building. They're looking inside for Edwards. Can't find the first side. We'll look over here for Lattimore. They do get her. She's going to look to probe. Nice skip find to the corner. But we have a 3 in the key call. And it'll be Kings ball. Hartman thinks about going, changes her mind. Thorpe now is going to give it a go in the middle. Edwards is going to be there to challenge, but Thorpe goes over the top, gets that 2 to go. Danica works it around the outside right now. They're going 4 guards around. The one pass is a little out of the reach of Bailey. She can't knock it or keep it in play. That's going to bring Day Wilson back in for offense. And Kayla Kings has probably kept it at least at a striking distance, 39-27 right now. It felt like it could have got worse there.
They can maybe get it to 10 or less going into the halftime. That'd be a good goal for them.
And Stupar on this pass is fouled, but it is bonus, which is going to allow her to have 2 free throws. And Zulich was called for the foul. Just confirming, it looks like it's Zulich's second foul. But again, its bonus is in effect here for Stupar. Stupar is a little heavy on both, but Hartman's going to run this down. It is deflected on the rebound, and we'll stay with Kings. We got 18 seconds here, 14 on the clock. There's a 4-second differential in the half. Stupar cuts in there. Lattimore's going to be right on that, though. She blocks that shot, actually ends up collecting it herself, so the block and defensive rebound for Lattimore. A great cut by Stupar, but nowhere to get that shot up against Lattimore. And now Crestwood can hold for last shot. Dave Wilson's going to let it go from deep. That is just off. And it felt like it could have been worse there for a while. Crestwood still in control of this game, 39-27, but Kings is still alive.
I'm not counting them out. They're attacking the rim. They've put Crestwood into foul trouble. So going into the second half, if they can use that to their advantage, keep attacking the rim, try and find open players. Against their bigs, maybe use some up fakes, get them in the air, and then draw fouls that way. Anything could happen. There's still a lot of time left in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to take a break for about 10 minutes. Back for the second half. 39-27, Crestwood leads in the first semifinal on semifinal Saturday for the OSBA. And coming out here for the second half, Crestwood leading 39-27. It's going to be Kings basketball. No real surprises either way in who comes out to start. Stewart, Neal, Oriami, Stupar, Skamatova for Kings. Lattimore, Demakud, Drummond, Edwards, and Dave Wilson for Crestwood. And Tiana Neal gets Kings started with probably what they need to stay in this game. Quick 2 points in action at the basket. Trying to get it down to Lattimore. It's going to be knocked away, collected by Stewart, and Kings now has a chance to get a little run here to start the half. Oriami's going to go right at Edwards. It's going to be a little bit heavy, though. She fights for her own rebound, but Drummond collects that before she can get a hand on it. And they get the ball to Dave Wilson. Dave Wilson's going to get them back to set up what Coach wants.
Looks like they're back into their man defense, Kings Christian.
And they go back to Edwards on that, the one-on-one. Oriami and Edwards down low. Edwards spins off at the left hand. It's going to be just a little heavy. It comes out the front. And we've got a and we had an out of bounds there touching the rebound from White, so it is Red's ball, and King coming in from the end line. Stupar goes cross court here to Stewart. Dave Wilson just missed getting a hand on that one. Stewart tries to find Oriami. She goes back in, but the pass is going to miss the mark, maybe hit a leg. It did not. It was an errant pass from Oriami. It will be Crestwood ball in the front court. It looks like the referees are going to convene on that, whether Oriami's pass did hit a leg or if it was untouched. I guess in particular if it hit a Crestwood leg. And after coming together, the referees are going to change the direction. The pass hits somebody in the front court. It will remain King's ball. They're now looking at the shot clock as they get that sorted out as well. Shot clock had obviously been reset when they had made the change, and now they get it back to 2 seconds. So it'll be 2 seconds on the shot clock. King's ball in their own backcourt. Crestwood showing some pressure here on both the inbounder and those trying to catch it. Find Oriami. She's going to have to go right away. She goes, and Lattimore just meets her at the backboard. There's just nowhere to go inside there. Lattimore is going to erase that, and that will be a shot clock violation.
Lattimore has been doing it all for her team right now. Rebounding, scoring, protecting the basket.
Dave Wilson now getting back in. Demako's going to touch. Stewart tries to get a hand on that. They're going to actually give Stewart a jump ball in that scenario. She gets both hands on it, ties it up. Her possession will remain with Crestwood. But a little fire here from Kings to start the second half. Drummond tries to go high-low in that action, but Stupar's going to tie the pass. Lattimore gathers the loose ball, though. Not the way it was drawn up, but Lattimore makes it happen and lays in two. Lattimore, the leading scorer today for both teams with 16, but Stewart gives a chance at three. It's a little short. Lattimore cleans that up. Leads them in transition, finds Dave Wilson. She's got space. Little pull-up jumper for Dave Wilson's going to go in and out. There is a foul here. And Aaliyah Edwards is going to be called for a rebounding foul, creating a little too much space, so it will be her third foul. Thorpe now checks in for Kings. We'll move Neal off the ball. Stewart looking for Stupar, can't find her, but Oriami's going to attack from the top. She gets past Lattimore. The layup's going to rattle around and roll down. Two more for Oriami. She leads all Kings scorers with 10. Dave Wilson probing in herself. The little floater's going to be heavy, and she's going to be called for the offensive foul. Dave Wilson did a great job in the second quarter, though, Kayla. She had 2 fouls there in the first, went all the way to the second half before getting her third, so probably a little bit less pressure than it once felt in her foul situation. Oriami going to go against Edwards. She attacks. Edwards challenges. Nice challenge on that to not give her much to go. Shot's going to be over the rim. Demico's going to scoop it up on the rebound. Foul is going to be on Stupar, trying to get it from Demico. Could not pull it out. Stupar's third. Lattimore working weak side now. Baseline picked off by Thorpe. It's going to set her free now in transition. Stewart was unguarded but couldn't get it to her in time. She goes down the middle of the key. It's going to be a little short though on the floater. Stupar fighting for it. Lattimore, nice hands to collect that back for Crestwood. Bit of a slow start for both teams scoring-wise. Attempt to get it back into Edwards, and that's knocked out. Remains a 10-point Crestwood lead, but we've only had 6 total points here in the third quarter thus far, Kayla. Demico's going to get a look, though, here from the right wing, and that's going to be good in front of the Crestwood bench.
I think she heard you.
They love to find chances to get her open looks and often gets them because of the presence inside, the space she can create for them. Oriami's going to try and answer the other way. It's going to be a little short, though, and out of bounds Crestwood ball. It's 6 minutes to go here in the third. 44-31. Crestwood leads this. Dave Wilson looking for Edwards, gets the ball to Edwards, a double comes, she finds Lattimore. Lattimore's going to go from 3, hits the back of the rim, won't go. Edwards gets a tip, but can't corral it. It will be Neal. Neal's coming the other direction. She goes in there against Lattimore and finally gets the dividends of her hard work continuing to go. Lattimore probably has what feels like a handful of blocks. This time they draw the foul, and Neal will go to the line for 2. Lattimore's second, and we'll also give her her first breather. She's going to sit down for Crestwood. Zulich checking in for her, and at the other end, Stupar will sit down as Lattimore does. A bit of probably a matchup for Kings and a chance to bring in Hartman. Neal's good on the first. Second one won't go. Kings continue to play player-to-player here. They're going to look for Edwards on Oriami. That's the matchup Crestwood seems to like here in the second half. Edwards is going to go at her. Gets to the elbow, lets the jumper go. It rattles out, though. Hartman's going to be alone for the rebound. Neal just keeps the dribble alive till she finds Hartman. Back to Oriami. She goes at Edwards. They're going to trade back and forth. Her layup hits the bottom side of the rim, though, on the way up. Demico's going to break out the other way. Sees Bailey, Dave Wilson, a little confusion for Crestwood, but they maintain possession, and it gets in the hands of Dave Wilson, and they get into offense. Edwards draws the foul, gets the shot up to the rim. It won't go, and the foul's actually going to be called on the floor. My apologies. And Midday Oriami picks up her 4th foul, which will be a big one for King. So, Kayla, you've got your leading score now. You're down 12. How long can you sit on the bench with 4 fouls?
4 fouls? Oh, that one's tough. Honestly, I'm gonna need her teammates to help pick up the slack while she's on the bench, because I don't know if I want to put her in too early. Maybe wait till the 4th quarter. Because if she picks up that 5th one, she's done.
Yeah, it's a real interesting decision now for Kings. I mean, you need Oriami probably out there, but as you said, she's now at risk at any one play. Could be the end of her afternoon. So the last possession, they go back into Edwards. Edwards draws the foul. She makes good on the first, but Stupar picks up the foul, and that's also Stupar's 4th, I believe. We're going to try to get that confirmed. But Stupar will also go to the bench, bringing back Skumatova. Demico's going to pick up this rebound, though. Get Zulich, nice pass. Just a little of the reach of Lattimore, pardon me, but Bailey's going to come back down the middle. It's going to be a little heavy. Lattimore saves it. It hits a couple legs inside. Skumatova is going to come away with that. It seemed like just an inch out of the reach of Crestwood that entire transition. They couldn't convert. Skomatova is going to come down the middle herself now. They never really get settled. Stewart for three. It's short. Great block out by Bailey to maintain possession, and Lattimore will pick up the ball. Demica looking inside now. Zulich is going to go back immediately to Day Wilson, get her set up in the offense, and they're going to go Day Wilson, Lattimore from the high ball. Throw back behind. Demica, she's good from behind the action. Another three-pointer. I don't know that she's missed yet today.
Looks like she's been able to find her rhythm in the second half so far.
The foul trouble disrupted a bit of her playtime in the first, but the impact is being felt here in the second. Hartman now looking to make something happen. That's going to be picked off, though. Bailey gets a hand on it, gets it to Day Wilson. Day Wilson finds Demica in transition. She's going to go right at her at the rim. Great take, great challenge. Skumatova's not going to allow her to get the easy two, but she's going to have to give up the 2 free throws in the process. And the foul is going to send her to the bench, bringing in Latsova. Bailey with a couple hustle plays. Looks like she probably needs a quick breather there for Crestwood. It's going to bring in Reed. And Kings is going to take a timeout. So this is now stretched back out to 48-32, and it's going to be some big decisions for Kings. We're still looking at both Stupar and Oriami now 4 fouls. How long can you go without them?
I'm going to wait out, see how the rest of this quarter goes, but honestly, I wouldn't want to put them in before the 4th quarter because I don't want to risk them picking up a foul and then that being it for the rest of the game. So
can't risk it. Coming out of the timeout here, 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 48-32 Crestwood. Crestwood the line, Demica shooting 2. First one rattles around but won't stay in. Second one's good. Thorpe gets into the defense, had a little indecision there trying to get to Hartman, ends up putting both hands to the ball, and that's going to be a turnover. Ball goes back to Crestwood. And this is going to be teetering on the edge of where Kings can stay in this game. Go back to his own defensive look here for Kings. Crestwood goes back to Lattimore against that. On the kick out, Day Wilson's going to go far side, finds Zulich. She's open in the corner. It's going to just rim out there, but they're kept alive by Lattimore. Demica's follow. It's just over the head of Reed. Neal's going to collect it. Neal heads downstream. She's got a chance to get to the rim. Looks like Day Wilson slides in, gets a hand on that, though, and that's blocked by Day Wilson. Great hands and timing coming through on the help. Day Wilson the other way. She gets in the paint. The right hand's a little heavy, but Zulich follows. That's knocked away. Lattimore keeps it alive, but Hartman's on the receiving end. Doesn't slow down, though. Thorpe the other way, and again, Lattimore goes all the way up to erase it, but I believe we have a foul on the pickup. And it will be on Zulich on the drive. That'll be 3 for Zulich. And Thorpe will go to the line for 2. Second one's a little heavy, so Thorpe goes away 1 for 2, giving her 8 on the afternoon thus far. Kings in the 1-3-1 zone. Crestwood has been very diligent getting some inside touches against that zone, but they see Reed here, the far corner. She's unguarded. It's a little short. Edwards stays in it. The tip, though, she can't contain. Skumatova is going to get the rebound, though, and that brings Kings coming back the other direction. Stewart, a little in-out. She's going to get herself to the rim. It's going to be just to the right, though. It won't fall. Nice move, but can't get the 2 points to show. Day Wilson back the other way. Looks at Reed. They get it inside to Edwards. She's going to get one-on-one, so she's going to take that shot. Middle of the key, 2 points for Edwards. Never, double team never came. She's up to 9 on the afternoon as well. Hartman to make something happen for King. She gets the kick out. Skumatova's giving the corner. That's going to be good. It's a long 2, but a wide open 2 for her. Her first field goal of the afternoon. Edwards now at the elbow. Again, see if she maintains the one-on-one. Comes this side, ball moves. Zulich is going to step out on the drive. Be King's ball. Stewart steps behind this. She's going to let it go. It's going to be a little short, and Crestwood ball. Demaco's going to get a breather. Dave Burrell's going to come in for Crestwood. 1 minute to go here in the third. Kings trying to stay in striking distance. They can get back to Oriami and Stupar in the fourth and see if they can make any kind of run. They go back to Edwards at the elbow, and she's going to draw another foul. Bonus will send her to the line for 2. Skumtova is going to be her second foul. Edwards makes good on 1 out of 2. Neal will check back in for Kings here. Both teams will shoot bonus on any fouls in the remainder of the quarter. Drummond's also now going to check in for Crestwood. I get some matchups worked out for Crestwood. Hartman's going to throw one cross corner. Nice pass. Neal's going to do the extra. Skutova, good up fake, but it's going to take an extra step before she gets through it.
She had the right idea, though. Nice up fake, create easy lane for herself. Just got to keep her feet set.
Back to player for Kings. Day Wilson finding a spot in the defense. She sees Reed. Reed elects not to shoot that one. It's going to go pull up at the elbow instead. It's a little heavy, but Edwards is there in the glass. She's got the rebound, the foul, and gets the bucket to go. Another and 1 here for Edwards. Great offensive rebound. Great control to finish. Bucket's going to go. And Skumtova's going to get her third foul in the process. Edwards is heavy on the free throw. Drummond runs it down, gets it back to Edwards, though, and then she gets 2 more the old-fashioned way. You take the missed free throw if you're going to get the offensive rebound and 2 more points on it. And Edwards is up to 14 here now. And Reed is going to be called for that foul. It'll be her first, but again, it is bonus both ways. Lattimore will check back in for Crestwood. 7 seconds to go here, so coming out of these free throws will be enough time for Crestwood to get down the other floor and see if they can create one more shot. Neal makes both from the line, and here comes Day Wilson. Day Wilson going at Thorpe. She gets to her left, a little up and under. It won't go. Nice challenge by Thorpe, and it's 56-37 after 3.
And at the end with an exciting three-quarter.
So we're coming out to the fourth and final quarter. Crestwood leads this first semifinal 56-37. It will be Kings basketball. In the critical third quarter, Kings was only able to manage 10 points, where on the flip of that, Aaliyah, Edwards, and Demica with 8 and 7 respectively widen this gap for Crestwood. Kings are going to come back with Oriami and Stupar right now to start the fourth. Neal's going to get a clean look for 3 to start this thing. It's going to be a bit long, though, and Day Wilson's on that. Lattimore's going to get an open touch here in the elbow. She's going to look inside for Drummond. Crestwood's sporting a big lineup right now. Drummond with a nice little step back, and she gets that to go in the high-low action. As this thing gets to 21, Kayla, you got to feel like this is going to be on the brink here for Kings. Neal from the top is going to try and make something happen. She finds Hartman in the corner. Nice little dump back to Neal. Her floater's going to roll in and out. Won't stay down. And Demica has the rebound back the other way. Day Wilson now thinks about it. Finds Demica. She's wide open. Might be her first miss from 3 of the afternoon, as that one's a little bit short. But a great look for Crestwood. And a foul's called here at the top, I believe, on Drummond with a hand check. My correction, it was called on Demica, her 4th foul. Less of a pressure situation now at the current score, but Crestwood will still give her a bit of a breather just in case things were to change over the next 8.5 minutes. Inbounds is going to go directly to Stupar on the block. She gets a little off balance and is going to travel. Bailey looking inside again, couldn't find the entry there, so Edwards on the wing. She's going to look in for Drummond. It's tipped away by Hartman, but it gets back to Edwards. She goes high for Lattimore. Nice pass ball movement's been on point here. Crestwood finds Edwards in the corner. She's open for a long two.
That position was just a great, like, the way they moved the ball, found each other, found the open person, created for each other, and led to an easy open shot for Edwards.
Hartman with the rip and go baseline, but it's a little heavy on the late challenge, but Drummond could have affected that. Day Wilson explores in there, but didn't find things she likes, so she's going to step back, lets a three go. It's a little short. Neal collects for Kings coming back this direction. Oriami gets some space one-on-one. And Oriami is going to be called for the push-off, and I believe that is going to be her 5th foul. It is, and what will be a tremendous OSBA career here at Kings for Mide Oriami is going to come to an end on the offensive foul, barring a miraculous comeback here by Kings with 7.5 to go.
She finished the game with 10 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal.
And has been asked to carry a major role than the entire time at Kings. They've had a real great run here in each of the 3 years of the OSBA. Oriami's been a big piece of that, and obviously with the loss of Lattimore this year, increased her role. And has been a staple in all that they have done here at Kings. But it looks like at this stage, as Stewart gets a clean look, that'll be it for Oriami. And a rebounding foul has been called, I believe, on Drummond. And she also has 4. It's a rebounding foul, so ball's going to go on the end. Thorpe looking in for Stupar, is going to step out to give her some room. Thorpe's going to go down the middle again, goes over the top of the Edwards, and Thorpe gets that one to go. She had a couple today over the top of the defense. It's her to 10, but they come right back to Lattimore in the paint. Didn't like what she had. Edwards now is going to get a clean look from 3. She lets it go. It's a bit heavy, and again a rebounding foul, and this one looks to be on Kayla Drummond again, which was what I thought when I paused, which is going to be her 5th. So unfortunately, Drummond's going to get back-to-back on offensive or rebounding fouls. It's going to knock her out of the game as well. Sova is going to check in here for Hartman on the Kings side. Sova with a nice up fake and is going to find some room to get in there. The shot's going to be just a little bit heavy, but she drew contact on that and gets a good trip to the free throw line. Foul was on Bailey, coming in a little late, trying to get in front of Lotsova and get that charge. A little sliding underneath the shooter, so Lotsova's going to make the first one. And she's going to make good on both for her first 2 points of the afternoon. Fine read down the corner. She's going to pass up the first shot. Bailey also passes up a shot. They're down into the shot clock. Day Wilson has to let it go. It's a little off. She's a bit rushed. And you can see Day Wilson talking to her teammates. Look like both Reed and Bailey may have had a chance to let a shot go. Regardless of the shot clock violation, King's going to come back the other direction. Sova again on the bounce. She's going to go right hand over the top. A nice little touch there for her, and she's got 4 straight. Day Wilson changes speed, gets right into the heart of the defense, though, and gets to the trip to the free throw line again. So after first half where she drew, I believe, 11 free throw attempts, gets herself going for the first time here in the second half. Foul is on Neal. Her third. And for as impactful as Day Wilson has been in this game, in the second half, this will be her first point, mostly because they haven't needed her to fill any role of scoring in the second half. They were able to get Edwards going and Demiki in the third, and now in the fourth, she's going to get her first points and made the first and a chance here for two. Day Wilson does convert both. Kogic goes down baseline. Lattimore stays out of it. She slides it on the baseline side. I think tricky little finish. But Kogic finds a gap and puts that one in. Edwards getting a touch on the high post there. She's going to go at Neal to get the one-on-one. Edwards steps back into that. It's going to go use the glass, but doesn't fall. Neal will collect the defensive rebound. They get Stupar now on the move. Stupar tries to get a shot off. Lattimore gathered on the dribble she took. She's going to try again. Lattimore gets a piece of that one as well, too. So Lattimore blocks both Stupar attempts in transition. Day Wilson comes the other way. She draws the contact again, and now we see the Day Wilson we saw in the entire first half getting herself out in transition and 2 straight trips to the free throw line.
Stupar had a good look down low. I think she's going to use that pump fake, trying to get her in the air, get her to jump, so she can draw the foul on her or get past her.
Foul was on Gooden, which is her first foul. And Day Wilson had a slow start for the line, which is uncharacteristic from her missing her first 3, but has now made 7 of her last 8 from the charity stripe. Oh, and on the floor they both go. Day Wilson gets a hand in there, and it's going to be a foul call. And it will be bonus. So Day Wilson gets on the floor trying to get a hand on that one, but in the process will pick up her 4th foul and actually send Kokic to the line for 2 shots. Kokic will make the second. Demica now checks back in for Day Wilson. 4:40 to go, 4th quarter here in the first semifinal for the OSBA. Looking like Crestwood is en route here to play in the championship game. Natasha Lattimore sizes that one up. She's going to go one-on-one. Elects to pass out, so the ball's going to move. Gets to Edwards. She comes in, draws the contact. No call, but still able to finish right around Stupar. Beautiful finish by Edwards. Gooden gets a clean look. It's going to come up a little bit short in transition. Tough finish on the other end there for Edwards.
Yes. Way to be strong and aggressive down there.
Reed's going to have that not knocked away. She's going to be called for the travel. And we will take a timeout here for Kings trying to settle this back down. So 66-46, 4 minutes to go here in the 4th. Neal back in action here for Kings. Gooden's going to attack. She gets to her left. A nice soft touch on the glass, but a little too far. And Lattimore breaks out back to the direction, doesn't like what she sees, and they'll set up now for Crestwood. Edwards on the block. They're going to move it around. Demica thinks about it from three. She tries to put on the ground. Her floater's good. Gets an open little two-footer.
Definitely found her rhythm in the second half.
9 points for Demica in the second half. Coach going to Skumatova now for three. It's going to be a bit heavy. Demica's going to get that rebound. And again, you can see Crestwood looking for that, but wouldn't go. But Edwards is the recipient of the deflection, has a great one-on-one matchup, but a bit heavy on the left, so it won't go. Edwards with a tip. It's going to be maintained by Kings. Lattimore with a tip over there, and that's tipped again, and eventually ends up in Lattimore's hands. Here she goes leading the break now. Lattimore end-to-end, goes around the back and is step in, and a great play defensively. You get Lattimore with a head of steam. That's not an easy one to step in, so credit down. 22 points in the fourth quarter, and Kokic still stands in and takes a Lattimore charge. And that gets a breather for Lattimore. And a chance for Coach to connect. Skumatova, nice little attack, and goes to her left with a nice underhand scoop finish. And Crestwood with great ball movement's going to be able to find Joseph in the corner. Her shot's going to be a little heavy, but Edwards gobbles up the rebound. In a double team, is able to rip through. Once she rips through, draws that foul. Foul, I believe, is on Lutsova, which will be her second.
I think the size on Crestwood was a bit too much for King's Christian College to handle. Their size allowed them to get a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks and defensive stops.
Yeah, the Crestwood front court definitely was a big factor in today's game. But they do have a tremendous front court. It often is a factor. Ball moves. Demica's going to have a look. She's going to let it go. This one's a little bit heavy. Neal's going to get that rebound. There's a tie up there underneath the basket. And I think it's just the effort of Edwards continuing to go is actually going to end up drawing another foul. The persistent pursuit of the basketball for Edwards has been a handful, as you just mentioned, Kayla.
Creating opportunities, second chance opportunities for her team.
And this foul is going to be on Skumatova, trying to keep her off the glass. It's going to put Edwards to the line for two more. And Edwards is going to be good on that, so that's going to give her 20 on the afternoon now. Neal's going to explore with her left, and that's going to draw the foul. Neal with a nice left-handed finish. She gets the one-on-one down there. Is going to draw the contact, and with her left hand puts that one in. Foul's going to be on Reed, her second. Neal will have a chance to go to the line and convert on a three-point play.
It's a great take, strong finish.
A nice another block there for Crestwood. Unsure of the numbers in the blocks, but it has felt like an absolute handful. Dave Burrell in the corner now, doesn't like what she sees. Bailey taking some time to get them set. To a high ball, Neal's going to put some pressure on her. She got a tip on it though, and that's going to get a tie up near center. Possession's going to remain with Crestwood, but now only 3 seconds will remain on the shot clock. And Kings is going to get a substitution for Neal, another veteran, I believe, for Kings, getting in her last action. Kings creates the turnover here at half. Gooden's layup was a bit heavy, but it's going to hold on to the front of the rim there. They do a nice job getting that steal. She gets out in front and gets her first 2. Looking back inside, it's unable to convert. That one's tipped. It hits a leg. It's going to come back to Joseph. She's going to attack in transition. Her left's a little bit strong. It's great rebounding effort by multiple bodies, and it looks like it's off. I'm looking to see if they called that one off Samuels. No, I stand corrected. It was off Kings. Crestwood will maintain the ball here on the baseline. Reed's going to have a good look here from 3. It's going to hit back rim. Joseph fights in the corner. It's knocked around. Loose ball's going to end up with Dave Burrell. Reed's going to go one more, which gets Bailey a good look. That one's going to be just short, and it pops up over the top, hits something on the top, and that puts it out of bounds. Under 1 minute to go now. Another substitution here for Crestwood, bringing in Joseph for Bailey. And that pass ends up sliding through the hands of Hartman into the Kings bench. Ball will go back to Crestwood. Samuel's now going to work down the block. Nice find going across the zone. It'll continue to move to get Joseph's a clean look. It's a bit heavy. Hartman will corral that, though, and Kings are going to come out and transition themselves. So Cota does a nice job getting the paint, but pass is a little errant. We'll go into the first row here, and that puts the ball back to Crestwood, 25 to go. So still a difference between game clock and shot clock. Samuels flashed to the middle. They're unable to get it to her the first time. They're going to come back, see if they can get her again. Do find her. Samuels now attacking downhill. She gets to the rim. Unable to get it up over the top, and it's going to fall a bit short. And Gooden's last drive, I believe, is not in time, so that'll do it. Crestwood now advances to the final tomorrow. The number 1 seed, undefeated, win this one 70-52. Kayla, any closing thoughts?
Both teams played incredibly hard. Congratulations to King's Christian College on a great season, and excited to see what Crestwood does in the next round.
And at the end of the day, Edwards ended up leading all scores with 20. For King's Christian, the leading scorer was Tiana Neal with 13. We'll be back for the second semifinal in about 20 minutes.